Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of Andrewsfootball.com. I just got home from the Chiefs season opener. I've been a Chiefs season ticket holder for 30 years. I'm very excited about the Chiefs season, and I have 5 observations from tonight's preseason game. But if you're new to my channel, there's this button right down here. See it, see it, see it. Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. My channel is scientifically proven to make all your wildest dreams come true. 5 observations from tonight. Number 1. Carlos Hyde started. I think Carlos Hyde's the best running back on the roster. Don't be surprised if you see a stat line of something like 20 carries, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 receptions, 30 yards. Don't be surprised if you see that this year. I honestly think that having Carlos Hyde really helps the Kansas City Chiefs. He's not going to have 50, 60-yard runs. He doesn't need to. Look at all the weapons you got on the outside. You got Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback. You don't need a guy who's going to run the ball and get these 50, 60-yard runs, but you need a guy on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 who can get that first down. Now, early in the season, remember last year when the Chiefs played the Chargers, Mahomes had 4 touchdown passes. One was a pop pass to Tyreek Hill. I actually thought that should have been a carry, but they graded as a reception. And then they also had I think it was a bootleg 1-yard reception to DeAnthony Thomas. It may have been that pop pass again. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not going to watch it again, but I know it was a 1-yard reception. I was thinking, he had 2 touchdown passes, but they graded it as 4. Don't be surprised that instead of a 4 touchdown game from Mahomes, you have a 2 touchdown game, and then Carlos Hyde has 2 touchdowns. Now, before you say, hey, Dan, said Carlos Hyde's going to have all these touchdowns. I'm going to draft him in the first round of fantasy football. Don't do that. Because the Chiefs are going to do a running back by committee thing, but don't be surprised if late in the year, especially in December, if you see Carlos Hyde touch the ball 20, 25 times. I'm hoping he does. Don't be surprised if he has about 10 to 12 touchdowns. As far as fantasy football is concerned, the Chiefs are going to use a running back by committee, especially early in the year. Late in the year, though, hey, look, Dan, when should I start Carlos Hyde? You know what? Message me. Hit me up. I'm going to help you for your fantasy football league. I don't play. I'm retired. But, hey, I'm always here to help you for fantasy football. Carlos Hyde's an interesting story late in the year. So, something to think about. Second observation. Honey Badger, first drive of the game, he got his hands on the ball. And I'm going to tell you something. I've watched him play at LSU where he's a Heisman candidate. It seemed like every time there was a tip pass, he was right there for the pick. Every time the ball touched the ground, it seemed like he was picking up the fumble. Now, I understand that first of all, the play that he got his hands on the ball was reversed. But what happened is the ball was stripped. Sorensen picked the ball up, he fumbled, and then Honey Badger got his hands on the ball. I'm going to tell you something, Arrowhead just lit up as soon as Honey Badger got his hands on the ball. It was like must-see TV. I was like, oh, Honey Badger. Arrowhead got really charged up seeing him get his hands on the football. The Chiefs haven't had a defensive player that was this electric with the ball in his hands. The only thing I could think of is like maybe Dale Carter because he was a Pro Bowl punt returner. Maybe. I actually don't think it was that exciting, but bottom line, when he gets the ball in his hands, it's different. It feels different. You want to see this happen. I guarantee you he's going to score a touchdown sometime this year on defense, and Arrowhead will explode. It's going to be awesome. The Chiefs don't need to have... The Chiefs aren't trying to be the 85 Bears, okay? Chiefs defense may not even be great. It may not even be good, okay? The Chiefs are trying to have a low teens... the high 20s type of offense, but Honey Badger touching the ball is electric. It was very exciting. He wasn't on the field long, but he did get his hands on the football, and Arrowhead became supercharged. Third observation was Reggie Ragland made a sideline tackle. Now, let me back up here and try to explain this. Okay, when the Chiefs last year they traded for Reggie Ragland, the Bills were switching from a 3-4 to a 4-3 defense. Reggie Ragland doesn't fit in a 4-3 defense, so they went ahead and traded him to Kansas City Chiefs. So when the Kansas City Chiefs traded for Darren Lee, if you don't know, ran a 4.43 at the Combine. He's basically a big safety. Really fast, really athletic, smaller linebacker. But the Chiefs, what they said they were going to do is put Lee on the outside. They're going to have Ragland on the inside. And they're going to have Hitchens on the other side. And I'm thinking to myself, are you sure you really want to do that? Because I really saw this as being a writing on the wall when they traded for Lee, that Ragland was going to get traded because he really doesn't fit into a 4-3 scheme because he's not a sideline-to-sideline backer, but you know what he did? He went sideline to sideline and he made a play. I didn't see that last year. I saw it tonight. So I saw Ragland really step up. He didn't play a lot, and it's week 1 in preseason, but he made a sideline-to-sideline type play, which is not really his strength. He's a bigger, slower linebacker, but watching him do that really, really made me excited about this defense. Keep in mind, it's not going to be a great defense, okay? This is not going to be a great defense, but you need to make just a few plays because we probably have the best offense in football. But that made me very happy and very excited. Number 4 observation was Miracle Hardman was showcased. Now, a lot of people are really excited about this, but I was excited for a different reason. I noticed that they had him touch the ball, and they had a lot of plays go directly to him. And my first thought was, he's trade bait. Because the reason why they drafted and they traded up for him was because they were thinking Tyreek Hill's not going to be available. Well, you have Tyreek Hill, so you really don't need both of them. Andy Reid does not like playing rookies, especially on offense. So if you think that they're going to use Miracle Hardman during the regular season, they're not. But is there a team out there that could use a playmaker on offense? Yes, there is a team out there. I just don't know which team it is. Is there anybody that the Chiefs could use and that maybe you could have Miracle Hardman and said, Patrick Peterson, Cardinals? Okay, let me ask you this. Miracle Hardman plus a pick for Patrick Peterson. Do you do it? Well, don't be surprised if they're showcasing Miracle Hardman in the preseason to set up a trade for somebody on this defense. Don't be surprised. You heard it here first. I think the reason they're showcasing Miracle Hardman is because they're not going to use him. They don't need him. So let's showcase him. Let's show you what he can do because we need help on that defense. Tonight, what I saw was Miracle Hardman showcased because he's going to be trade bait because Chiefs need help on defense. Number 5 observation, they went in and started Kyle Shermer over Chase Litton. I was really surprised about this because I know they like Chase Litton, and they're not going to keep both of these quarterbacks. One of these quarterbacks is going to go on the practice squad. The other quarterback's going to get cut. The Chiefs are only going to have 2 active quarterbacks on this roster. I was really surprised. I didn't see more of Chad Henne. The crowd cheered when they saw Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes playing preseason. I know he's an MVP. I want to see what these other guys can do because I already know what Mahomes can do. I don't want him to play in preseason. That's just me. Andy Reid wants to play him, just a little bit. I was really surprised that he didn't play Henne more, but I was more surprised that Shermer started over Litton, and he looked hands down like the better quarterback. He actually looked pretty damn good, to tell you the truth. So I was pretty excited what I saw of Kyle Shermer, and I understand it's a third-string quarterback who ideally does not play it down at all this year. But one thing the Chiefs have done, or actually Andy Reid's done in the past, is that he's gotten these quarterbacks, he's made them look good in preseason, and he's traded them for draft picks, and that's very important. So that was something I observed, that not only did Kyle Shermer start over Litton, he looked hands down, head and shoulders better. So hands and head and shoulders, so pretty cool. Bonus observation, Speaks and K-Pass both had sacks. Both of them played pretty well. Speaks looked really good out there. I was very impressed, but keep in mind, first preseason game. I'm not reading too much into it, but I was excited to see the defensive line make a few plays out there. So kind of to recap of what I saw out at Arrowhead is I liked Carlos Hyde. I liked him starting, and I liked what I saw from him. Honey Badger excitement looks really good. He was only out there for a few plays, but he's got his hands on the football. That's what you want as a Chiefs fan. You want to see Honey Badger touch the football. Reggie Ragland made a sideline tackle, something he did not do last year, and that's something that really impressed me. Miracle Hardman was showcased. I think he's being showcased so he can be trade bait. That's just me, but he was showcased, and he looked well. Okay, and also Shermer over Litton, and Shermer looked a lot better than Litton. Keep in mind, third-string quarterback, ideally he will not see a down in 2019, but in the past, Andy Reid has traded quarterbacks like this for draft picks, and it's worked. So those are my observations from tonight's game. Also, a special bonus observation is K-Pass. And Speaks looked good, especially Speaks, who really impressed me on the defensive line. But I want to see more of it before I tell you that, because he's not even a bona fide starter yet. So listen, if you're a subscriber to Andrews Football, you're one of the greatest people on planet Earth. All your wildest dreams are going to come true. But if you're new to my channel, there's this button right down here. See it? Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. This is just my 5 observations from the Chiefs preseason opener at Arrowhead tonight. So, hey, I'll see you around.